kids. Merry Christmas. Can you believe that Christmas is coming so soon? I'm super excited. Raise your hand if you are excited about presents. Raise your hand if you're excited about getting time off of school. Raise your hand if you're excited about Christmas music and all the fun songs. What about all the holiday treats and the yummy cookies and hot chocolate and the yummy food that we get to eat? Well, one of my favorite things about Christmas is the lights. I love Christmas lights because they're so bright and they're so fun and they're so cozy. And these Christmas lights remind me of the reason why we celebrate Christmas. Jesus is the reason why we celebrate. And in the Bible, it talks about how Jesus is the light of the world. Today, our memory verse is about this. So we're going to learn it together. It's in John 1:5, and it says this: "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." John 1:5. So we're going to say this together. My turn, then your turn. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. Now we're going to say it all together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. And now what I want you to do is I want you to find a light to say this nearby. So if you have your Christmas tree up, go stand by your Christmas tree. Or maybe you have a flashlight on your phone or on your parents' phone that you can turn on. Or maybe you just turn on a light in your house. And I want you to watch how that light fills the room. And I want you to say this memory verse together with me. Here we go. I got my lights ready. You got yours? You can pause the video if you need to. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. So as you look at all the Christmas lights this year, and as you see all the beautiful lights, I want you to remember Jesus. He is the light of the world. He brings light to the darkness, and he's the reason why we celebrate. So let's keep learning.
love Christmas, and one of my favorite things about Christmas is all of the traditions. Do you have traditions in your family? I'll tell you about a couple of our traditions. Every year on the day after Thanksgiving, we decorate my son's room with a small tree, kind of like this one. And I always give him a new ornament. Do you get a special ornament every year? I know there's a lot of families that do things like that. Another one of our traditions that I really love, and I think this is my son's favorite tradition, is on Christmas Eve, we bake a cake for Jesus. And then on Christmas morning, we eat it for breakfast. I know, cake for breakfast. Isn't that amazing? I love that tradition. There's another tradition that I have with our whole family, my brother, my sister, their families, my parents, and it's really fun. Every single year, we get together at my sister's house, we drink hot cocoa, we have cookies, and we go looking at Christmas lights. I love to see how all of the houses decorate for Christmas. Some of them are super creative. Well, do you know what time we go to look at lights? I mean, maybe you don't have to guess the exact time, but what time of day do you think that we go looking at lights? If you said nighttime, you are correct. And why do you think we go at nighttime? Yeah, because you can actually see the lights. You can see them much better at night. Our memory verse says that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. And who is the light? Right, Jesus is the light, and Jesus shines in the darkness. Something that I think we forget is that it's easier to see light in a dark place than it is to see light when it's already bright. Sometimes the world can feel really dark. Sometimes there's so many bad things happening, maybe in our own lives or in the whole world, that it feels like a lot of darkness. Well, I want you to remember that just like the Christmas lights that shine best at night, Jesus shines best in the darkness. You don't have to be afraid when life feels dark because Jesus shines in the darkness. Did you know that in the Old Testament, God would speak to his people through prophets? Well, guess what? God did not speak to his people for 400 years before Jesus was born. 400 years is a really long time, you guys. Do you think that God's people felt like they were walking in darkness without being able to hear God's voice? It was probably a really dark time. But then Jesus came into the darkness and brought light into the world. Jesus is the light. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness will not overcome it. I want you guys to remember that no matter how hard life feels sometimes, no matter how dark it might seem, Jesus is the light and he will always shine. And just like our Christmas lights, he shines best in the darkness. Well, I'm so glad that you guys joined me today, and I will see you next time. Merry Christmas. Bye.